you guys leave the stage, and another act comes on of more people dancing to like the band kicks back up again. A new performance begins. We cut back to William and Phyllis kind of takes a step back and bows, and she says, "Thanks for dancing with me. You're a great dance partner."
Why, thank you very much. It's not every day I get to dance with a famous songwriter or performer.
Oh, that's wonderful. You can dance with me anytime. And she has like a little handbag, and she pulls a card out, and she writes her room number on it and hands it to you. And then you can see the band sitting against the wall, and they're all drinking, and they're all drinking and having a great time. The second she does that, all of them put their drinks down and look at you. They don't do anything, they just all look at you like...
I'll lock eyes with one of them as I tuck it into my jacket.
Roll intimidation.
No, I'll make my way over
to
to...
the old phlebotomizer.
Oh, God. No. Jesus.
The line. The line. Fade to black. I'm gonna saunter over to Red.
He's now by whatever whiskey card he managed to steal for Max. He's just by it with his own bottle, just drinking it, sitting there.
I want you to roll POW, Reginald. Oh, also, Max.
Yeah.
For doing such a great job at that performance, I want you to gain 2 luck.
All right.
I was 14. I passed very well.
You passed? Okay, so you're not drunk or anything then. You're fine. So with that said, Max comes back from the back room, and he walks over kind of to the bar where you all are and stuff, and he's counting money because he's got a bit more cash, which was an unexpected advantage to doing this, but that's nice. So yeah, you all meet back up. Lay actually managed to kind of sift through the crowd and get to you guys too. He was there somewhere in the crowd, but he's just like, I didn't manage to learn anything. What did you guys learn? Also, great performance, Max. You should do that for a living.
Thank you. I have no idea what I was doing. I almost died.
It's amazing.
Well, friends, I actually have a bit of a lead. Phyllis dropped a hot piece of info on me as we were dancing.
Oh, yes?
She said that she spotted a one-armed man going into Gutierrez's room, and she gave me the number.
They're connected. That's interesting.
Well, have we seen Gutierrez and him in the same room at the same time?
I mean, we haven't seen Bunny Base, so you got a good point there. However, we have seen Gutierrez with 2 arms, if that's what you're playing.
But not recently.
Yes, recently. Because didn't you guys go into the basement and find an arm? But he had 2 arms? Whatever. We found his room. Let's go figure it out. He looks around. The ball is still definitely in full swing. Nobody's leaving in the room, leaving to go back to the rooms anytime soon.
Well, strike while the iron's hot. That's what I always say. Oh, and by the way, Reginald, we have a personal invitation from Phyllis to go see her at her show.
Ah, you don't say.
She said she might sign something for you.
Oh, I've got something for her to sign. A record. One of my favorites.
I don't know why you saying it like that made it sound like you were originally going to say your dick.
The clear
I was expecting
implication.
something like
something terrible, but it was just completely fine. Nothing
Like his
untoward
back.
at all for some reason. I expected the worst and got the best.
Got a record.
Okay.
Good Lord.
With that said, what would you guys like to do?
Into the room.
Yeah. Lead the way.
I mean, look casual. Look casual as we exit. Is there anyone else we'd want to talk to in here that we recognize?
The only ones that I can possibly think were William noticed the French nobles, but they might recognize you, which might be a problem. Well, you are wearing a bunch of Tahitian disguise, so...
I mean, is it disguise when you're wearing less? I don't know.
Well, they don't. It depends on how well they remember you, though. That's the thing. But yeah, those would be the only other people that I think were of note in this room.
I can go take a swing at it.
Yeah, good. I point him out. And I'm like, Gutierrez was hanging out with that crowd right over there. Maybe you can learn something a little extra before we head on over and do his room.
Of course, yes.
I'll stay here.
Yeah. I mean,
I
unless
take some oil from my chest and I slick back my hair with it.
Oh God,
It's a good hair gel too.
Reginald, do you want to accompany me, or should I do this on my own?
Oh, no, I don't think so. My hip's acting up. I'll reach out to what.
The hip dysplasia?
Yes.
It's real.
I'll make a mental note to make him something to help him with that later.
Just stab him in the hips with your phlebotomizer. Let's sew them together.
Let's just stay still as the needles do their work. I'm going to make my way over to the group of Frenchmen.
They as you get close, they turn to you, and they've all had a few drinks. And they assume that you're, here because you're first class or special. So they aren't as apprehensive as they were to Max when he was trying to play craps against them. So they're just like, well, hello, friend, new friend, come here, join us. And one of them pats you on the back and kind of pushes you into the circle.
I'll just, for the sake of brevity, I'll make a little bit of small talk with them for a bit, not
Sure.
just to come in with a hard ask. And then after, 5 or several minutes, when it seems
3
organic,
hours.
3 hours, I'm blitzed. I'm getting ready to go hit up Phyllis, and I remember. But I'm going to just organically bring up that. I've been meaning to reconnect with an old friend of mine, Gutierrez, and I hadn't really seen him around, and see if they had talked to him.
Gutierrez, that old bastard. He's been holed up in his room this whole time. I think I've seen him twice this entire cruise. He doesn't really come out of his room terribly often. I think we saw him at casino night, and that was it. Yeah, he's usually more sociable than this, but something about his demeanor this trip. I don't know if he's going through something, but he's very reclusive this trip.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like old Goots.
They look to each other and just like, oh, he calls him by Goots. That must mean he's on a more esteemed friendship level than we are.
Exactly. Well, maybe I'll give old Goots a visit and drag him out of the room, get him out of his shell, get some whiskey in him.
Good luck. We've tried. He's very holed up in there. He just does not want to see anybody, it seems.
Well, what did he say?
They all kind of turn to each other and they're just like, I don't think he's said anything. He just stared at us, very mad.
Well, we'll get some of the old liquid courage in him and get him out of the room. Thanks.
Good
Gents.
luck, good sir. And as you turn to leave, one of them just goes, I want to be on Goot's level.
Awesome. And I will come back to the group and I will kind of relay that information. Seems very suspicious. No one has heard Gutierrez say a single word.
Since when? Do we know about since when?
Well, those Frenchmen over there said that, I didn't see him say anything when we were having dinner with him the opening night, and those Frenchmen said that he just stared at them with anger. Maybe it's not even Gutierrez. They said that his demeanor and his behavior has been completely unlike him normal self. He's been...
This is true. When I was playing craps, all I did was kind of go, didn't say a word.
Well, maybe we can go get to the bottom of this dilemma.
Maybe we can. Maybe we can.
I'm gonna start later. I'm gonna say, hey, Ed, I have a thing for you later. I maybe want to get a little bit of that tiger milk. I'm thinking I could create a balm for Reginald's hip.
Oh, balm.
Panther milk? Yeah, you want to make a panther balm?
Panther balm, yes.
Wonderful.
Good for the old hip dysplasia. My dog had it.
What was your dog's name? What was your dog's name?
Mr. Fluffernutters.
Mr. Fluffernutter. All right. Dr. Fluffernutter. Dr. Fluff-Bottomizer.
He was a dentist. We did not consider him a doctor.
Fluff-bottomizer.
Fluff-bottomizer.
Lay kind of he finishes his drink and puts it down on the bar, and he goes, "Okay, so you guys wanna go to Gutierrez's room then?"
Heck yes.
All right.
Yep.
Well, if that's gonna be the case, then we're gonna have to sneak into first class. Because if you remember, you guys are in dining hall. First class is still a different room.
I think I have the perfect cover. And
We
I'm
cut to
gonna pull
being inside first class. No. Wow, I can't believe that works. No, I'm just kidding.
I could take Phyllis up on her offer
Oh,
in order to get us in there.
that could work.
Yeah. Like, I would
Lay
even, like,
just kind of looks at you with raised eyebrows.
I'm happy to like go in there and whatever that looks like, however that works.
Oh my god. All right, that's an option. Yeah.
Wonderful. I was invited to first class. I mean, I'm sure that we could arrange for all of us to go. Phyllis, the esteemed jazz musician, invited me to her room, and she says that she's staying very close to where Goodyear was. So perhaps we could utilize that to our advantage. I'm just gonna look over at Reginald as I say it.
The entire time you were bringing up this plan, you were staring directly at him.
The
I mean,
question is, does William fuck?
I mean, is she gonna be okay with 3 guys?
Well, I think that we just use that to get us into the first class. Maybe they'll send a run-up to confirm the invitation, and then we split off. I can go there, and you can investigate the room, maintaining our cover.
What do you think, Reg?
I'm pretty stealthy. I can probably just sneak on by if I need to.
Are
Or I
you
can
saying
go to
that
a
he
room.
shouldn't take her up on that invitation?
Well, I'm saying you could use it to get in. Just tell them, and then we go from there.
Of course. All right.
Lay just decides. I think I'll leave this to you guys. I think too many people going up there is going to be a bad idea and just cause too much attention. So I'll go back to the room and I'll wait for you guys to come back. And he kind of cheers you. Seemingly somehow got another drink when nobody was looking. Chugs it, puts it down on the glass, and goes back to the room. But William, you then walk back up to Phyllis, who's dancing with somebody else at this point.
I was about to say, if you don't mind, actually, I'll walk a little bit ahead and I'll talk to Philip.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'll let the doctor lead the way, and then right when he's about to talk to her, I'll kind of step in front of him. You know what I mean?
So she's dancing with another guy, this bigger man, who's doing an okay job. But then you kind of hip check him out of the way. And he kind of goes a little bit, and then but you take his place almost perfectly. Just like, oh, hello there, you're a needy customer.
Nice.
Oh, hello there, miss. While on stage, I couldn't help but notice you dancing.
I couldn't help but notice you and your flaming balls.
It's not the first time I've been told that. You know, when my balls come into play, things tend to get hot.
And then as you say that, you get bumped out of the way again, and the big fat guy that was dancing takes your spot again, and he just goes, "This is my spot. This is my spot. You can't take my spot."
As he tries to do that, can I roll dodge?
Yeah.
It's one of my better ones.
Does he get an advantage because he's greased up?
Because he's
Yeah, I was gonna-
yes, yeah.
You're right.
He just slips right off.
Man, I went from a 93 to a 6, a 006 on that advantage.
So he tries to scoot you out of the way, and then he just like like it sounds like linoleum. Just and the guy's just like, "Oh, hey, that's my spot. It's my spot. You can't take my spot." And then you hear that in the background, but you're talking to Phyllis. You said something about your balls being hot. Okay.
When my balls come into play, things tend to get hot. Is what I said. Yeah.
That's a good attitude to have. I'm Phyllis, by the way, and she goes to shake your hand.
Phyllis! I couldn't help but the sweet voice of your sweet voice propelling from your vocal cords just caresses my eardrums. I have to say, I've heard your record many times. I have a man that I know a man actually. He keeps your one record on him at all times.
Oh,
no matter what the situation, no matter what cave we explore, no matter what fiends we may fight, no matter where we may explore, he keeps your 48-inch record.
Oh, he's a debonair explorer, you say?
Oh, yes. And the fair doctor over here told me that, well, not only tell me he have some moves, he might have mentioned him once or twice, and I was hoping I could get a chance just to, I don't know, maybe get to know you a little bit better, so I could fill him in.
Okay,
Fill him in.
That sounds good. And then as she's about to say that, the big fat guy tries to swoop in again one more time.
One more time.
That's my spot! That's my spot!
I'm not kidding, my dice got to be weighted. I rolled another 006 on
That's
the first
amazing.
roll.
It just slips right off. And this fat guy gets really mad about this, and you see him walk over to one of the waiters, and he starts complaining. It's like, I don't know if... actually, I don't think anybody on this cruise liner would have met this guy. It's the same guy from the ferry ride.
Oh.
Yeah, so none of you would have met him before.
That's
my seat. Yeah.
Yep.
And so he starts to complain to a waiter, which is kind of signifying maybe it might be time to start working on an exit strategy. But Phyllis goes, okay, well, if you three are good friends, I don't mind ducking out of this ball early if you guys want to go hang out and I don't know. We can chill. We can jam in my room or something like that. If you guys are you guys musicians or?
Oh, the fair doctor is absolutely great musician. Heard him.
Okay.
One of the finest flute players I've ever heard. If you don't mind grabbing one, on your way up from the band.
Sure. Yeah, we can tell everybody to come back to the room. We could be good friends tonight. We got some fun stuff in that room if you guys are into it. And she makes a gesture, signifying smoking. And she's like, yeah, let's party and stuff. So she motions to her band, and they kind of get up and they're just like, hey, Phyllis, who's your new friend? And Phyllis is like, oh, these are some fans. They said they want to come back to the room and jam with us. And a couple of them finish their drinks and they all kind of gather around you and they're just like, oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. You guys seem cool and on the level. Roll appearance, all three of you.
No.
No. The only one who gets to roll with advantage is Max because Max did the pallbearer dance thing or poi thing.
I'll spend one luck to make it.
I made it. I got 30.
All right.
23.
Y'all made it. Okay. Yeah, you all seem on the level. Let's go jam and stuff. And they all start to kind of walk out. They make a little bit more distance. Well, Phyllis actually goes with them, and so they're a little bit more ahead of you.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll grab a bottle of whiskey to bring up to the room, and I go over to where the fat guy is with the waiter, and I get a bottle of whiskey, and I'd like to take a little bit of my body oil and spray it on the ground by his feet. Maybe a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Spray it on the ground.
I got it.
Like a dog marking his territory.
Yeah, I got 38 out of 40, so I made it.
Okay.
And I just talked to him. Sorry about that, old chum. I didn't mean to, I'm a big fan of Phyllis, and, well, no hard feelings, huh? Put her there.
He goes to shake your hand, and what happens to him?
I kind of pull, as he steps forward, I kind of pull him onto the oil slick I just put on the ground.
So he just kind of comically...
Either that, does the splits, fall back, whatever happens.
Roll dexterity.
39. So I got it out of 50. Yep.
He falls forward, but you manage to dodge out of the way, and he falls flat on his face.
I actually just stick my chest out, and his face just slips right off it.
And he just goes, I hate this man! I hate this man! Kick this man out of this ball right now! And the waiter...
Cheerio, old man, cheerio!
Yeah, the waiter just kind of shrugs. And then he points.
Get out.
Get out. Go. So you guys start to make your way through to first class. You're kind of a good distance behind, but Phyllis kind of points to the three behind him as she's walking through the gates, and that signifies that you're allowed through. So you guys all managed to get through to first class, no problem.
Awesome. To maintain the cover, I am going to go to the room for a little bit, you know? We can't just, like, sneak in and then be like, oh, talk to you later, bye! Gonna go check up
that makes sense. What about you other two?
If he's going to,
I mean, if he's going to the room, I'll go to the room too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Just to kind of keep things moving along, and I also have no material for this whatsoever. Let's just say that you guys have a pretty good time. You talk about jazz. It's revealed, but nobody minds that none of you can. Well, actually, can any of you play instruments?
I don't know. I can't.
It's probably not a skill. Let's say, what do you want to see if you can roll to see if you can play an instrument to see if they think you're cool about that?
Why don't we just let's all roll luck and see if we just happen to be able to play an instrument.
Okay.
Sounds like a good plan.
And to smooth things over, I was going to pull something out of my pharmaceutical bag, if that's the direction that they were going, to help spice up their evening, if that makes sense.
Ooh, I get you. It's the 20s, so it's probably weak.
It's weak or so strong you'll die.
It's cocaine.
Yeah.
Straight
Hard
cocaine.
So
25.
He just pulls out a Coca-Cola. Stuff's scary.
So
man.
25. Okay, so did you all pass your luck check to see if you play instruments?
I passed mine, yeah.
Nice. So you don't necessarily play, but you can get by with it, and you guys have a decent, like, nice little fun session. You only play instruments for maybe 10 minutes before they all decide to give up on it and everything, because you just aren't on their level. But then they sign Reginald's Phyllis Barnes record. All of them do, so you got like a really awesome record of the entire band, and you guys maybe smoke a little bit too. Everybody roll POW.
Heck yeah.
Not my lowest stat. I got it. No, I didn't.
I didn't.
Oh no, I did get it.
I got 84 out of 70.
Okay. So the good doctor gets a little silly. Because the stuff is affecting him. In fact, you get so silly that you get a little paranoid because you know that there's an interesting thing involving opium going on. The other two members, like Max and Reginald, you just don't think about it. You don't think that they could possibly have any access to nightmare opium. But because you're paranoid and you got a little funny with the stuff, you get a little worried that maybe they just gave you the stuff that you were warned about. But yeah, you have a pretty fun time, and we'll just say that the appropriate amount of time has gone by that if you guys, whoever wanted to split off can, and it wouldn't be awkward.
Cool.
Let's head out.
I'll catch you
Yeah,
later.
I follow.
Wait, what'd you say?
Oh.
I said I'll catch you later.
Oh.
Oh, Phyllis. I thought you were talking to the other two guys.
Oh, I thought he was talking to us too. Yeah.
Nice.
Stand back.
You guys are welcome to come back anytime. Tell the front desk that you know me, and I'll let them know that you guys could come to first class whenever you want. You guys are cool cats by my band. And then everybody's just like, they thumbs up you, and they give you handshakes on your way out. So you're out in the hallway now. It's very empty. You can see that there's occasionally stewards and stuff like passing by the hallways, because as a courtesy they wanted to they didn't want any of the first class and special class patrons to think that their stuff could be stolen while they were out at the Tahitian ball. So they have like a pretty good amount of security, but it's late enough in the night after a little bit of a party that like the hallways are relatively empty.
Okay. Let us make our way. It says right here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, it seems like we're at 6, 7, 8, 9, so we probably have to move a little bit of the ways down.
Wow, a whole
Or
6
forward?
floors down. Jesus.
They said they were right next to each other.
Yeah, no,
No,
it's like two. Basically, if you go down the hallway, there's two cross-section hallways down from it. So close enough that Phyllis would have been able to see this event happen from her front door, but far enough away that if you were to do anything, then Phyllis and all of them probably wouldn't hear it.
Okay.
So yeah,
It's not.
you can
It's not 3 doors down.
No. Krypton. No. So you make your way over to the door, and you're kind of around the door.
Awesome. I'm gonna reach.
Can I do
a? Oh, go for it.
If you're about to open the door, I'm gonna do a listen check first.
All right.
See if I hear anything behind the door.
Heavy breathing.
A 92.
So
I did not pass.
You don't hear anything. You can't hear through the door, but and maybe the doors are extra thick because of the privacy that rich people get. You do hear one of the waiters kind of walk past the hallway. Everybody roll stealth.
No. A 99.
Oh, my.
Oh, I didn't get mine either. My stealth sucks. Yeah.
Mine's really good. I just fucked it up.
I also failed it. 48 out of 40.
One of that waiter like
Wonderful.
sees you guys and he sees you guys. He's just like, oh, did you guys get locked out of your room?
Mr. Gutierrez actually called for a private show, and I kind of show him my outfit.
What kind of? He just kind of like, uh-huh. And then he just keeps walking.
just 3 dudes and 1 greased up dude. I mean,
Dude.
Private show. He's rich.
Private
I'm
show.
just
gonna
let it happen. Just Yep. Okay.
One housekeeping
Just
of-
walks by.
they're gonna need new sheets in the morning.
He walks faster. But yeah, you hear nothing
Alright,
on the other side. That doesn't mean there isn't anything on the other side because you failed your listen check, but you didn't hear anything on the other side.
Well, boys, I didn't hear anything. Must be clear.
Good enough for me. Open the door.
The door
Reginald.
is reasonably locked.
Well, let's see if I can't, and I'm gonna crack my knuckle. Could I try to use like mechanical? I have mechanical repair. Could
Sure.
I use that to try to like do the lock?
Yeah, you probably got stuff in your bag that can help you with that too, and yeah.
I mean, the phlebotomizer, it still requires a little bit of tinkering every now and then.
Just use
Think
your
of
lock
prototype.
bottomizer.
That's literally because they make
Bottomizer.
exactly. I thought of it earlier.
The lock bottomizer.
A key bottomizer.
Key bottomizer.
Just
A
a bunch
key
of keys
bottomizer?
all around.
That's a
It's a bunch of keys.
Not effective at
Why did I
all.
think this would work?
just like chews through the door.
Works every time.
Wait, Chase, what'd you get?
17.
So you managed to pick the lock, and you hear the as it of the opening of the lock.
It is a much tinier version of the phlebotomizer. I'm using.
One thing you do notice as you're fiddling with the lock, I forgot to actually read this, is that there's a do not disturb thing on his door. But yes, so you hear the notable click of the door unlocking, and it is open now, or it is openable now.
No, it's unreasonably locked.
Now it is unreasonably locked.
I'm gonna step back and let the more adventurous gentleman go through first.
I'll have one hand on my knife inside my jacket and slowly push open the door.
All right.
He's gonna
pull up.
take off. You're gonna take off a nipple sometime, Ty. It's just gonna come right off on stream.
I
That
take
sucker
out
just
my
comes
bottle
right
of
off.
oil and I hold it like a weapon.
Your oil. Alrighty.